Hello and welcome to HobTech Cars. I am sharing some exciting news today. The Celica Gen7, the yellow one, has been sold. A guy and a girl just came by and gave me the money. But that is the end of this car's journey on the channel. It's a bittersweet moment, I guess, because I love this car. I really enjoy it. I enjoy driving it. It handles like a dream, but I suppose it's also the culmination of a journey whereby this car was going to be broken for parts when I bought it, and I've restored it. It's NCT'd. It's driving perfectly. So my reason for selling this car is essentially I got an offer that I couldn't refuse. I don't like disclosing how much I got. The car wasn't advertised for sale. Someone saw it and asked me would I sell it. I gave a price, we agreed on it, and the rest is history. So it gives me a lot more money to spend on another project. I'm really going to miss the Celica. It's spotless. Like, the car is in really, really good condition. The interior is like 9 out of 10 for a car with nearly 300,000 kilometers. It's in really, really good condition. I know I've put a lot of work into it as well, so credit where credit's due. I am going to miss driving with this view. This car runs like a dream. It's so quiet. I don't know even if you can hear it in the audio right now. It has a stock factory exhaust, so there's no whap, whap, whap. My thoughts on ownership have been that I think I found the Celica 1ZZ surprisingly powerful. I had a 1ZZ E11 Corolla about a decade ago, and it was fast, but this is probably a better maintained engine, and it's on the Celica chassis as well. You know, it's on the chassis the engine is meant for. Like, I've driven few 2ZZs, and I can honestly say that this difference is minuscule. I know it's 40 odd horsepower difference, but you don't really feel the 40 horsepower obviously till you hit lift in the VVTLI. As with this, it's identical to a 2ZZ, just you don't have lift. It's more economical. It depends on who you talk to. Some people think the 2ZZ is more reliable. They're really much of a muchness. The 1ZZs were oil burners, the first ones, but I mean from 2003 onwards, these engines are bulletproof. Case in point with this one was 300,000 kilometers nearly on it. So I've owned this car for about a year and a half, almost 2 years, I guess. And I would say that my thoughts on the Celica is that it's a very comfortable cruiser, very economical, surprisingly so, probably a little bit more economical than my 2-litre MR2. I think that's due in part to how you drive the car, but the 6-speed gearbox really lends itself very well to economy in the 1ZZ engine. Also, I'm the type of guy that I have nothing in the car, nothing in the boot, as you can see, nothing in the rear seats. So I keep the car as light as possible. So since I've owned this car, I've put 1,500 kilometers on it. So, you know, give or take 1,000 miles. And I mean, there's nothing has gone wrong. Like I mentioned earlier, the older version of the 1ZZ burned a lot of oil, kind of 99 to 2002. This is a 2004 model, so not an issue. Didn't need to top up the oil. As people mention online, this car really is meant for back road driving, you know, country roads with a bit of a twist and a wind, coastal roads, things like that. Somewhere where you can accelerate rapidly, brake hard, whip into a corner. The car is really designed for that type of driving. The car is also a fantastic motorway cruiser, very comfortable. I have quite a sore back and back problems, and this car is as comfortable as my BMW F30, which is like, what, 15 years newer than this, and it compares to it in terms of comfort. I mentioned the fuel economy. I regularly hit 51 miles per gallon when I was driving this car, because I was driving for economy, a lot of motorway driving, happy just to sit at 110 on the motorway and plod along in 6th gear. But like, it's as good as a 2-litre diesel essentially on fuel. What I love about these cars as well, the replacement parts are very cheap, particularly engine parts, anything you need. It's the same engine that's in a lot of the Corollas in the US and Asia. In Europe here, it's in the Toyota Avensis and I think the Toyota RAV4. So I mean, parts are very easy to come by. There's a good aftermarket part inventory available from China. Like, I got the door actuator replaced on this car. Well, I did it myself, but the part cost €15. To talk about things in this car that I didn't like, number one would be all the little rattles and bangs. It's a common problem in these Celica Gen7s, but the boot is so feckin' rattly. I put a lot of effort into putting in like double-sided tape and foam to insulate it, and it's gotten rid of maybe 90% of the sounds. But before I did that, I mean, the way the car comes from factory, the rattles in the back, the rear door cards and the rear boot are horrendous. They're really, really bad. This was a whole new level of rattly plastic hitting metal. So it's fixable and doable, but it's very annoying. The other thing, it's specific to this car, but at least in Ireland anyway, you don't get much respect on the roads driving a yellow Celica. Of a few cars, as I mentioned, and I get very different responses from drivers and pedestrians based on what car I'm in. But in this one, I find people are very impatient, blow at you a lot. They won't let me out if I'm trying to pull out at a crossroads. I think they see the car and they say, oh, scumbag, souped up, scanger, boy racer, which is hilarious because I'm definitely a mature owner. But particularly with the yellow car, a lot of unwanted attention. This car doesn't have an immobilizer, so it's very, very easy to steal. So I was always afraid leaving it parked up somewhere overnight or parked on the street that someone would break in and steal it or something. And being bright canary yellow, it doesn't blend in so well. I suppose it can be a positive thing. I have the MR2 already, and that already is a car that turns a lot of heads when you're driving and gets a lot of attention. As with this, I feel it's more of an aggressive attention that this car attracts. What's nice maybe about the car, in fairness, as regards the colour and the attention grabbing aspect, is I have noticed a lot of people, particularly kids and teenagers, taking selfies with the car when I'm parked at a cafe or something like that. So it's nice that it's appreciated, that aesthetically they think this is a really cool car. So that's a nice thing. So for people watching this, I mean, the history of everything I've done on the car is there. These cars are very salvable, fixable, restorable. If you see one and it's failed an MOT or NCT or has rust damage or engine trouble, they can be restored, they can be fixed, and I definitely recommend doing it. So that is it. All that remains now is for me to meet the new owner, hand over the keys, and say goodbye to what's been a very enjoyable project. And as I said, not the end of the Celica road for me. I do think in the next year or two you'll see me back in one of these cars. Right, so that's it from HobTech Cars today. Thanks a million for watching. If you liked the content, please remember to comment, like and subscribe. Thanks a million. Take care. Good luck. Bye bye.
All good? Yep. Enjoy her. Bye.